So I started my journey over 20 plus years ago back in Mexico. I'm currently living in the US. When I graduated from chemical engineering and went straight into marketing. But that's for another story. And I did marketing and sales in different Fortune 500 companies for the next, 20 years of my career in different, companies, both in Mexico and now here in the US. And in 2018, I realized that although I was good at it and I had really incredible results, I didn't feel fulfilled anymore. And I really wanted to think about what else was there. As I looked back in my career, I realized that although, the strategy, the business building, all of that was great, the brand building was great, really working with my teams to help them become high-performing teams, working with my leaders to become high-performing leaders, that's really where my heart thrived. So that's when I decided that I wanted to just do that full-time versus just a part of a role. And just talking to different people, that's when I came up with coaching as a new way of being able to fulfill that need and that purpose. And I became a certified coach. I started my company, and now 5 years in, that's where we focus in doing leadership and executive coaching, which then extended into helping teams become high-performing teams, and then extended into doing diversity, equity, and inclusion work, and then finally really honing in on what I now know is my personal mission, which is to elevate unheard voices, especially women and Hispanic women as such, or any women of color, and to help them really hone in on themselves and be able to find their voice and then feel the confidence to be able to be the best that they can be and create the impact that they can. And that is what I love to do every day. And that's where I see myself moving and doing and creating great impact moving forward. Absolutely. So my company is called BeLIVE Coaching and Consulting. The reason is because I firmly believe that you have to be to live and really hone in on yourself. And what we do is executive and leadership coaching. We do professional development workshops, high performing teamwork, and diversity, equity, and inclusion consulting. I'm also an international motivational speaker as well. And I focus particularly on supporting women along their journey, and especially Hispanic women along their leadership journey. However, I have clients all over the world and of all of, genders and ethnicities and backgrounds. But I would say my sweet spot is there. So that's what we do. And I have a second company as well, because why sleep on Sundays at 3 a.m? And that's called United Latinas. And that came in also as part of this mission to be able to support Latinas in their leadership journey. So that one is specifically focused on Latinas. BeLIVE is more of a, everybody else, supporting everybody else approach. Oh my God, I couldn't be more grateful and joyous to have received the award. I've never been somebody that does the work for, to get an award or to get any recognition. I just do the work because it really, it's what I think fulfills my heart. But having this recognition really meant the world, just because of who it comes from, and the great work that WOMEL is doing, to recognize female voices. And it was just so, so nice to receive, this recognition and being able to, one, pat myself on the back, but two, also to be able to share it with other women and be able to let them know that, this can transcend to create other women and inspire them and empower them to know that they can do things as well. So it was just a wonderful experience, and I'm just couldn't be honored, grateful. The list goes on in terms of all the wonderful positive feelings that I felt when I received it. So thank you. I think it's important, and especially as a woman of color and as a Latina, there's not a lot of representation in awards, in, spaces, different, depending on your industry, right? Normally, people who are recognized, people who have high visibility are normally the same suspects, right? And representation of us is not really there. So I think this award comes to show people that we have the same abilities, we create the same impact, and it is important to be able to put ourselves out there and be able to be recognized and show that we, can do amazing things, and the impact that we create is wonderful. And that is very important because it inspires people to go above and beyond and to know that they are being seen, that they're being valued, that their work matters. And most importantly, that their voices are heard. So that is how I plan to use this award, to be able to let them know, this is just one of several examples that your voice matters. I think that's critically important. Oh my God, the list is so long. I've learned to not be complacent. I think in the past I've always, excelled and get to those goals, but I never planned like big, and now I do. Impossible is not a word anymore in my vocabulary. So definitely anything that has to do with continuing to help women find their voice and be able to find their space and create the impact that they're meant to do. Many women, many Latinas, many women of color are really great at what they do, but they're the world's best kept secret. And that helps no one, because we just do what we have to do and sort of like, with humility, and I'm humble and I don't want to brag and I don't want to tell people, I'm just going to do what I want to do, what I'm meant to do, and that's it. And therefore, the impact that we can create gets limited. And so this kind of awards and these kind of efforts of showcasing, it's not about bragging. It's about letting people know how you can help them and how you can, how your value and the impact that you bring to the world is known. And it's important to create that awareness. So I will continue to be that voice and to be able to create those spaces so that then women feel comfortable to be able to say, yes, I can. And this is why the world needs me, right? So that then our impact gets amplified tenfold. And that I'm going to be doing throughout the year through both my companies and through a lot of different spaces and the keynotes that I'll deliver to hopefully continue to inspire women to feel confident, to stand their ground, to find their voice, and to feel comfortable that they're not bragging. They're just sharing with the world that they're not the world's best kept secret. They are the change that's needed. So it means a lot. It means it sets sort of a bar. I always think about these awards like this one, which are so meaningful and so full of power and so full of how it resonates in the space and the visibility that it creates, to be able to then think about what's next, right? Yes, you got here, you've been recognized. That's wonderful. It's always, gratitude is always something that we should always have when receiving these awards. But then it then challenges you to then what's next. When I read all the incredible women that, received this award with me, I just get so inspired. One, I feel, that I can't believe that I'm on par with them, but I also feel so inspired to be able to see the possibility of things that now I can do and that maybe I didn't think about before, but you don't know what you don't know until you start tapping into other people and hearing other women's stories and other people's stories. Then you can start envisioning a new possibility and envisioning a new world, envisioning a new project, envisioning anything, right? So that is what to me became so important. Not only, again, that recognition and that ability to say, yes, I could, and look at all the things that I've been able to overcome, even though in the moment it feels like, oh, I don't know if I can do it. But then you can. It shows the resilience that we have, right? And the power and the ability that we have. So this award shows to me that, and it's a reminder of it, especially those days that you wake up that you're like, I don't think I can do it anymore. I don't think but you look at these awards and you're like, yes, I can. This is a reminder that I can, that I have it in me to be able to stand up and do do what I have to do next. And then listening to the stories and reminding me of the stories of the other incredible women that received the award, and being able to be inspired and empowered by them to say, okay, now what's the next ceiling that we're going to break? What's the next path that we're going to create for everybody else that's coming behind us and that's walking beside us? I would say I'm available out there in all the different ways that are possible. The easiest one normally is through LinkedIn. I would say that's where the majority of people can find me very easily. You send me a message on LinkedIn, I'll answer always. I'll connect with people. Also through my website, both BeLIVE, BeLIVE, coach.com. You can send me a message through there. And my other website, UnitedLatinas.com as well. Those I would say are the three, most easiest ways to contact me. And I have others, but those I would say are the easiest ones.